Hi, Internet. It's me, Udoka. Welcome to my channel. I talk about my mental health and also whatever I want. I tend to have a lot of musings. I've been posting every day, it seems like, lately. So if you're into hot takes and mental health, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you'll never be randomly unsubscribed, and like the video, but only when you like it. Deal? Sounds good to me. So let me talk about Kevin Samuels. He's kind of old news. Kind of got over him. My conclusion was he is a shock jock. He is there for entertainment value. And the majority of his fans are his fans for that very reason. It's like having a problematic fave. Kevin Samuels actually is their problematic king. Problematic zaddy. He is someone who is offensive to many people, but you love him. You love the little nuggets of truth that he flitters in there. And maybe it's a topic that you just don't hear those truths enough. Problematic fave. I know what it's like to have a problematic fave, so I don't care. If someone tells me they're a Kevin Samuels fan, I roll and move on. But there's a certain type of fan who is actually worrisome to me. There's someone who's problematic in a way that is not just a problem to discuss in commentary, but they're probably a problem in their own life. I think Kevin Samuels is a dog whistle. I think he's a dog whistle for an American gender conservativism that is cool to have personally, but you don't need to drag everybody else into it. Now, mind you, I have watched the show. The number one thing they say to critics like me is, I bet you didn't even watch his show, like the full episode. I watched several, and that is actually what helped confirm my opinion on him being a misogynist. Okay. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I think it's more accurate to say a gendered conservatism ideology, but that includes misogynists in that group, doesn't it? I also had a really long conversation with one of his good friends, and he really helped me understand this ideology and why it's so important to them, why they are not satisfied with just living their life this way, and why they're trying to really recruit people into this ideology. This gendered American conservatism is essentially woman exists to be married and have kids. Woman exists to be married because kids do better in a household where the parents are married than in a household where the parents are not. It is a for the children type of argument. But they really believe that this is your job. Like your job. Your job is to get married. And they want this ideology to spread across the Black community specifically. I won't deny that a community where there's a strong family unit is key to surviving in this type of lifestyle. Well, I wouldn't say key to surviving, but it gives you a leg up, doesn't it? And they cover this ideology with this noble pursuit. We want to create more healthy Black families because a family unit is a great predictor of your success that you can have in a capitalistic society. That is a cool goal. You could say that's noble. But the ideology behind it is not. And it's not the only solution. Their ideology is to indoctrinate women into believing that you need to get married. That's your job. It doesn't matter if you're happy or not. What matters is you are creating a family unit so we can create more successful Black children. Essentially, you want to remove a woman's autonomy. That's what I have against it. That's why I feel any noble cause of improving the Black marriage statistics, I think it's a facade. I personally see it as a facade, because you can improve marriage statistics without removing somebody's autonomy. When you watch full episodes of Kevin Samuels, you'll hear these dog whistles. And once you hear them, you can't unhear them. He doesn't say these things in the viral videos. The viral videos are more for your entertainment. But when you watch the show, he shares his values. And if you press him on these values, he'll fall back on, I didn't say this is what I want. I said this is just how it is. He does that because, well, one, I mean, people speculate that he's homosexual and he's never had a happy marriage, so clearly he doesn't want it because he doesn't want women. That, I don't know, that's an interesting thing to talk about, but I think he truly does believe that if you convince women to prioritize getting married and being satisfied with whoever they get married to, I really believe he thinks this is the way to fix problems within the Black community. When I spoke with his friend, he made this very clear to me. And when I spoke to people who believe this, who are Kevin Samuels fans, they made it clear to me as well. The added misogyny, I mean, I believe this is misogynistic, but there is an added misogyny when you also incorporate people who want to harass women. I guarantee, out of the 20 people who watch this video, 2 of them are going to be dudes who just see me, they hear my voice, so they recognize I'm a woman. They see my skin color, they recognize I'm Black, and that is a trigger to go ahead and try to leave a harassment comment, which, by the way, your comment will likely never see the light of day. There is a harassment filter, and if for some reason your comment gets past the harassment filter, I can tell pretty quickly if you're trying to harass me. All I need to do is read the first sentence of, usually they write an essay. I read the first sentence of your essay and dart my eyes, pick up a few words. I can tell you're trying to be a harasser, trying to be a troll, you're trying to be an incel, and I will just automatically delete your comments. I won't even give you the satisfaction of responding. That is if I even see your comments, because there is a filter. I'm just putting that in there to save you time in case you're one of those type of people. So, you notice there's a lot of harassment against specifically Black women. You don't see this level of harassment to non-Black women who speak against Kevin Samuels. You don't see this level of harassment, though. There's a little bit of you're a simp. There's a tiny bit of it when it's a Black guy talking about Kevin Samuels. You will not see any harassment if it's a non-Black man talking about Kevin Samuels, but you will see all the harassment in the world if it's a Black woman talking about Kevin Samuels. This level of misogyny is red flag enough. Not to talk about people randomly bringing up, let's hit back women when they hit us. You know, just bring it up out of nowhere. Just literally bring it up out of nowhere. And make it clear to us that you're more interested in relishing, I don't even know the word, but you're more interested in wallowing in that whatever feeling you get when you think about causing physical harm to a woman, but doing it in a way that's justifiable so nobody gets mad at you. These things are red flags. But that could just be Kevin Samuels accidentally attracts this type of fan. But what made me feel that Kevin Samuels agrees with them, at least agrees with them as far as You should see women as inferior. You should shame them if they don't see it that way. Was when I actually watched the show and listened to him, and when I had that conversation with his good friend that confirmed it for me. It's a dangerous ideology. It's sad when I come across a woman who agrees with it. Black women are incredible. Black women are willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of the whole. And that's why you'll come across women who agree with this ideology. They believe it's our duty as women, especially as Black women, to sacrifice our needs and wants for what is statistically shown to be good for the Black community. My biggest issue here is that they don't take no for an answer. When you recognize that I am personally not a statistic, I am my own self, and there's a life that I want to live, they don't take that as an answer. That's not good enough. You can't just live for yourself. For these people, if you're Black, you live for the Black collective and not for yourself. And they use this reasoning and add in a few Bible verses too to rationalize removing somebody's independence and autonomy. They use this as a way to vilify somebody's desired lifestyle. And they use it to justify false rhetoric. A false rhetoric that they're trying to use to maybe indoctrinate more people into their viewpoint. Let me tell you, ladies, you don't need to have hair down to the nines, be a size 0, nails always done, lashes done, makeup always done, dressed to the T. On top of that, submissive. Anything he says goes. Anything he wants to talk about is amazing. And just be his little yes man in woman form. You don't need to do that to get married. And you don't need to do that to get married to a man who makes 6 figures. And if you do, this is just my opinion, but there's a high chance that man is a narcissist. there's a high chance that man is a narcissist. Now, that's just my opinion. It's very rare for me to meet a guy who wants to marry a woman who doesn't have her own thoughts, I have never met a man who puts the ring on the finger of a woman who's a yes man. I haven't seen it. Every married man, even the married narcissists that I know, it's just that the married narcissists that I know have a woman who's not a yes man, but she has agreed to this contract of your dominance. But I've just never met a dude who married a yes man. I've just never seen it. I've never seen it. But whatever. I believe that there are yes women out there because I've spoken to some of them. There are yes women out there. I don't know them very well personally, but they're out. I know they're out there. And also, I personally know that you don't have to be this baddie to attract a 6-figure dude. You really just gotta be a woman in the right place at the right time, or be a woman in a career that has a lot of 6-figure people in it, or grow up in a social class where it's normal that everyone has 6 figures. Like, it's just normal. Your brother, sister, mama, daddy have 6. Like, there are ways to get into the 6-figure world that have nothing to do with Kevin Samuels' advice. All of this to say is that you can literally just live life the way that you want it, and that's fine. It's fine. It doesn't require being shamed. It doesn't require being fat shamed, body shamed, ideology shamed. It doesn't require Men harassing you, telling you to go die alone because you disagree with them. You can literally live the life that you want, and it's not unheard of or crazy, or I don't know what to say. Everybody's life is different, and your life is more than just what a statistic says. And if you want to live your life just purely based on statistics, like, go for it. Go for it. There are a lot of successful people out here who are successful because they base everything in their life off statistics. But I don't see the point in shaming people who just want to live their life, period. I don't see the point. And that's my biggest discretion. That's my biggest complaint with these people who have the dog whistle ideology of Kevin Samuels. So what do you think? What do you think of this take? Am I reaching? Or is there something there? Or is there something I'm missing? Very curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure you like it so other people can see it. And until next time, much love, much luck, peace out.